Hi everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV. Brought to you by HobbyLink Japan. This is episode 171. We're moving along, and today's a really exciting episode. Well, I'm really excited anyway, because not only do we have a master grade kit and the wing Honoo, but we also have Star Wars. And Ryan, I know you love Star Wars. Look, it's the R2-D2 and R5-D4, and of course I'm going to open this up and... What? What, you already built this? What are you talking about? Like, it's just literally like just came in. Well, I guess my turn's in.
So, Sid, here we have R2-D2 and R5-D4. Sorry, I'll never remember R5-D4's name.
R5-D4. I can sometimes prefer him.
Well, he was defective.
Yeah, I know.
Bad motivator, Sid.
No returns. No returns.
Bad. What are you trying to pull? So, you know, it took me about 2.5 hours to put these guys together. Look, yes. I haven't done any of the sticker work yet, or the accessories. Yep. But, as you can see, within a very short space of time, you get a highly detailed R2-D2 and what's this other guy?
R5-D4.
You see the later version? The funny thing, though, is I never realized about these two robots is the bodies and the legs are exactly the same.
Yeah, according to Bandai, no?
Well... I'll watch the movie again. I'm sure they would try to be accurate, I hope. The only difference is the red. Yeah. Which I think is kind of funny and kind of cool.
Yeah, it is kind of neat.
But yeah, I'm just really surprised at the amount of detail, you know, Bandai gets into this. Now, all of these panels here open, and you can have all the accessories sticking out, and I'll show you. Well, this is what they look like on the runner. So, you know, R2-D2 has his little hand that...
Oh, yeah, the comm link.
Yoda's trying to yell
the zapper.
The zapper. So here's actually the color version. Yeah. So you can, you know, if you really wanted to go nuts, you know, paint them up.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So, like, so all these little panels here, you have two versions. Okay. One open and one closed. So you can put all the little accessories in there.
That's cool.
You also get a water slides and stickers.
Okay. Oh yeah, just like the other Star Wars kits.
If you want to go nuts. And I really think that's great that Bandai actually offers that.
Yeah, it is good.
One thing I will show is, as you can see, R2-D2 here has his leg. Yeah. His third leg.
His third leg, he's my third arm.
All you have to do to achieve that
is break your droid.
Well, he was cheap.
That's right.
Is you just
no returns.
You push, so you'll see here, you just push that down. And due to the magic of Ryan, or the bad building of Ryan.
This is the first time you've had to push down R5-D4's leg.
Oh, there we go.
No wonder he's defective.
Come on, baby. There we go.
There you go.
Doing things on camera for the first time.
Yeah.
So there we have his little leg that pops out, and you can adjust these, and then he's...
Oh, nice.
So it's really kind of cool. Like, you just push it down, and if you want to put it back, you just, you know, put it back. Boom. Done like a dinner.
Awesome.
And I gotta remember which way his head was. Anyway.
I'm really excited for the rest of the Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for the C-3PO.
Yeah.
Especially
I'm excited for the biker scout, the scout
Yeah.
trooper that rides the speeder bike. That's my dream right there.
Yeah. Or the snow speeder.
Yeah.
But you know, the great thing about building the kits, and that's quite different from the toys. And let me actually bring the toy over here. Even though this toy is quite a bit more expensive. The great thing about actually building the kit is you actually start to understand how the designers were thinking when they put this guy together. Yeah. You know, you really realize the intricacies of R2-D2, and like my hats off to the guy who designed this and the guys who put it together. Yeah. And really to Bandai for just the amount of detail in this little baby. Yeah. Oh, and I mustn't forget, Sid. I must not forget. You do get a base. Yeah. For each guy. Okay. That you put him on. And here is the base for this guy. I'm not going to cut it off now, but you can actually link them together. I think you mentioned Darth Vader did the same. Yeah. I think the Stormtrooper also had his own little base. Yeah. So yeah, you can have your little guys on their little base. Bestest buddies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bestest buddies. They knew each other for what? Half a day?
Oh, they're being dragged around. You know, they're like, yo, bro.
Sandcrawler.
And they have the same body. Like, they were probably made in like the same factory.
You say so.
But that's me, Sid.
All right.
So, Sid, yeah, I think Bandai is just doing a freaking fantastic job.
They look so great.
And it's like 1,900 yen. It's like, what, $17 now or something.
Yeah. For two droids? That's probably less than like Luke's Uncle Owen paid for them.
Yeah, and one of them was defective, and this one ain't defective.
You know, this one always throws me off when I'm looking at in the Bandai Plasma form because of all the blue in here. And I had the original action figure from 1977 when I was a child, and I believe that they went off of like prototypes, so they made it all red, if I recall correctly. So just seeing that in blue kind of throws me off.
Maybe we should watch the videos
I guess I gotta watch some Star Wars again.
Yeah, I was gonna watch Star Wars while building these, but then I couldn't concentrate on the movie, and I really do enjoy the movie, so I just watched rubbish.
I also have mine right here, so I will be assembling this to Joy's as well.
But so do you have something Gundam-y?
I do, something Gundam-y. I'm super excited about it. It is the Master Grade XX. Now the X Gundam, which we were all surprised about at a model show in 2013, came out January 2014. And when that came out, everybody's like, oh my god, that means there's going to be a XX. Oh my god, that means there's going to be XX. And they couldn't wait, and they couldn't wait. And then the rumor mill was kind of quiet on that for a while. We went to the Gunpla Expo last year in November, and there it was. So it's out now, and I'm going to open up this box and show everybody what's inside.
Sweet.
So I'll open up the box. You know, the first thing I see, well, of course, it's the A runner. I guess this is with the marking stickers in here. We got the yellow parts just on this side. There are some clear green parts used in this build. You'll get them off this runner as well. Now, looking at the frame runners here, there's two in here. And this bag actually contains a smaller runner in here. And each one of these runners, it has the label of Gundam X, which is the Gundam that came out last year, the first one. But we're building the Double X, and so they're including the new runners here. This is the new frame runner for the Double X, and also the polycaps that you will use here. Now in here I've noticed we're also getting some small runners with gold parts on there. And the gold isn't plated, of course. I mean, this is a small box MG, so you're not going to see any expensive plating. But the gold actually looks pretty good because the pieces are quite small. So we do have blue parts here, and the last frame, or sorry, the last plastic here. You can see these large binders, and then this long piece here, I guess is for the satellite cannon. And then, speaking of binders and whatnot, you're going to need these two runners with 6 of those pieces, and effect parts for the weapons as well. And this
shiny,
crazy shiny thing.
Yeah, rainbow
sticker there. There are foil stickers there too. Let's talk about the manual here. I got it here for a sec. I love the manual artwork, and I'm gonna open it up to the back here. There's one thing I wanted to show everybody. So for those unfamiliar with the Gundam Double X, it has that satellite loading system or whatever they call, and it's also the twin satellite cannon. So twin satellite cannon, you can see the gimmicks on the arm and the leg open. I think those are called radiator plates. And then you start manipulating the binders, flipping them around. The weapon kind of flips up here, kind of like maybe the Freedom Gundam maybe. And then you can extend the cannon and then drop it down over top of his shoulders there. And it looks quite
impressive,
quite crazy. I actually really like the look of it when it's all opened up like that. I think it's great. It's going to be an awesome build, so I'll be showing you guys that next week. So there you go. It's a Double X. I hopefully have some time this weekend.
Yeah,
and I'll
it's
be
good to see an MG.
Working double time on the Double X.
Time.
Getting this done by next week. Hopefully we're going to show it on the show.
Sweet.
Okay, so now we're getting to the meaty part of the episode where I actually show a completed kit, and it's none other than
Honoo.
The Honoo. Oh no, it's the Honoo. YOLO. Whatever else you want to say. This kit is really cool, and I'm going to try and tell you all why I think so. So just let me get set up.
Sweet.
All right, so here's my Honoo. And he's looking pretty awesome already, I think. But, you know, he's kind of missing something. He's kind of missing something on the back there. I left these off just so I could kind of manipulate them a little better as I talk about them, because I wanted to talk about, it's a cool design, but also I want to kind of show you these effect parts where they're placed in here. Easy enough to put these in on the front here. You have to have the right angle for them to go in all the way. And it's kind of the same for the shoulder. They do fit in really, really well kind of underneath this white part, and they're held in place really, really nicely. And then kneecap, no problem there. But of course, what everybody probably is most interested in seeing are the wings to this wing Honoo. So you kind of have two versions here. So these are wings, and for those who don't know, Honoo in Japanese means like flame. And so I kind of like this line that they have going here. It does remind me of fire. So you get these two. And on top of that, you get two more, but these ones have a handle. These ones have a handle because they are actually swords. You can, if you take his hands apart, you can put them in his hand, and he can hold on to them. But I'm going to show you guys kind of how to mount them on the back here, because you can see it has this 2 tabs on each assembly on the wing here. What you do with these is you pop them on like so, and I'll pop on the other one here if I can line it up properly. And then you have it like this form, but you can actually close them as well. And here, I'll put these other ones on here while we're right here. I was worried they might kind of flop around when they were in a closed position, but then I noticed that when you close them, you have this little vent here. They close around that vent, and they actually are really quite snug in there, and they're not going to go anywhere. When you do have them closed, though, you're not going to be able to bend them this way very much, because the joint doesn't allow it. You can pivot them somewhat this way, but not as much as if these things were free. You have a lot of movement when these things are free, but we'll put them in their position here first. Get in there, buddy. Gotta make sure I line it up properly. So if I don't, this is what happens. Okay, pop this back on. This will pop off somewhat easily, but don't worry. It's a really good connection. So he has these swords that he can pull off his back and hold in his hands if he likes, but he also has other swords, so I'm going to bring those on. I'm not going to put them in the shot because I'm still going to transform this guy. The sword handle, is actually found on the underside of the shield. You can kind of see it through there. That's the shield. It is pretty cool. Easy enough to mount onto his arm. You can pull off the handle for the beam saber and add the beam saber blade if you like, or you can go with his two rifles. Now you can go single hand, or you can put them together just like the other Wing Zero and do it that way. They're pretty much the exact same parts, except you can see that they've got this orange piece in here to add that effect, and this sticker that you wrap around. I should point out that when I did this, it was easier for me to put the sticker on long side first and line it up with this edge than it was if I tried to line up this side first. So think about that. Put it on this side first, and it should be in the right place to fold over when you go on this side. So I'm going to put these to the side here, and I'm going to talk about transforming this guy, because you know what, I kind of haven't done it yet. What I need to do, it says that first things first, is you kind of need to turn his head around. Okay, that's good, lots of movement there. And then turn his body around. We'll do that. Pull down the shoulders. Pull down the shoulders. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. This has to go up so this shoulder can go down. So once you have that, let's just straighten his arm just in case here. You're bending the feet as well. They bend quite a lot, actually. It's really, really good. So then, of course, you do the funky thing with the knee that you do with almost every transforming HG. It kind of bends in a reverse direction, like so. Okay, now, of course, I have these wings. You pull them up, you can open them like this, and then kind of pivot them down like so. Same with this side. There we go. That's kind of cool. And I'm turning the page here just to make sure I'm following along here. Okay, so I'm left with something like this. Now what I can do if I like is to take the weapons and kind of plug them underneath here. They have this space where they're supposed to go. Let me see if I got this one right. Right here. One. Sorry, little wing. Second one. I guess the handles can fold up as well, but I'm not too concerned about that right now. Get in there. Okay. He's looking like he's supposed to look here. Like, yeah, it says that I'm supposed to move this into this position, and I was under the impression that that was still used to connect it here, like maybe in some other kits, but no, what I'm supposed to use is these two pieces here, and they will go into the backpack. So sorry guys, I like doing stuff on the show for the first time, but that means I make mistakes. But hey,
no one's perfect.
No one's perfect, especially me. Just ask my wife. All right, so there you go. Now you have an adapter you can plug into a stand here. He doesn't.
That's good looking.
Yeah,
that's really good looking.
He looks even flamier.
Yeah.
in this form, I think, because when you have this flow, I think it's really awesome. It does look decent, but I think I do prefer the mobile suit robot form, so I'm going to change them back. All right, there you go. There's the Honoo. I like the flight mode, you know, the plane, but I think I like it in this form better.
Yeah, those swords are
wings. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very, very cool.
I know.
And I'm going to say this: we actually have it in stock.
Yeah.
But
it won't
by the
long.
time you see this, so click on that link, and
right.
if it's there, just get it.
We got as many as we could, but of course, demand quite often exceeds supply when it comes to Bandai these days.
Yeah.
So let me just put this guy to the side here, and you've got the comments. We'll start with you.
I do.
Okay.
Let me start by Gems. Ryan was on a rampage this episode, always breaking every toy and model he touched. Love you both.
You know, I read that and I thought, oh, is Ryan going to break the R2-D2? But he didn't, so that's good.
No. Next, Silent Eagle. Or Eagle 3. Oh, yeah. Anyway, great episode. Great episode, said Ryan. I think it's weird. One thing we take for granted when we go abroad is food. I know when I took a trip to Europe a few years ago, I had cravings for twisties, cheese-flavored chips. And meat pies. No, I miss meat pies.
Meat pies.
Don't
They
even
have
get
it
me
in
started.
Tim Hortons in Canada. Tim Hortons is like a donut shop, but it's almost like a McDonald's over there. Mm-hmm. And they have coffee and donuts, but they also have like meat pies and pastries. Every time I drive by, Tim Hortons. I never went in.
Well, in Australia and South Africa, pies are a big part of life, but here,
not so much.
Not so much. And meat pies near the end of my trip. And somehow I didn't think about Tim Tams too. Soft chocolate sandwiches between. I love Tim Tams in Australia.
They have them here, you know.
Yeah, you can buy them.
Yeah, if you go to the specialty shops in the mall, the Caldi coffee.
I buy them every now and again when I want to binge.
Yeah, I tried them for the first time 3 months ago or so. Yeah, they're my style. Totally sweet and chocolate.
And there's a lot of good flavors.
Chocolate and chocolate.
And Tim Tam is not sponsoring us.
Okay.
I'm sure I can fill the details in for you. I just did. Thank you.
Thank you.
You must be Australian.
Tim Tams, now I'm hungry.
Next is Jeeg. Prices are getting better and better on each episode.
Prizes.
Sorry. Days ago, I ordered from HLJ Bandai Stormtrooper, R2-D2, and C-3PO March and April releases.
There's 3 Star Wars kits right there.
Yep. C-3PO is coming.
Good job.
I'm very happy that Bandai is working on Star Wars stuff. I hope to see Bandai doing kits for other sci-fi franchises like Star Trek, for example. I would like to see that too.
Of course, I would like to see Bandai do anything. However, right now, Star Wars and Gundam. That's good enough for me. Yeah, they're doing the Yokai Wars stuff,
I built the Voyager ship by Bandai.
Yep.
They did do a kit a while ago, but yeah.
I guess it's just a matter of them kind of acquiring the rights. Like when George Lucas sold the rights to Disney, Disney immediately went off and licensed almost to everybody kind of thing. And we're seeing so many like action figures like the Robotech and those kind of things. We're seeing so much Plamo from Bandai, and it's like, it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan again.
You know what I would like to see?
Okay.
Is Bandai do Iron Man. I'm so impressed by the Stormtrooper.
Yeah, they could do that.
You know, like a $1,900, $17 like Iron Man.
Yeah, snap fit kit, just like the Figure Eye 6 and stuff like that. I could see that.
I think
that's not a bad idea.
Bandai?
Bandai, call somebody up.
The Irish Lizard. Great show, guys. I have a little question to ask. What do you think would be the best color for dry brushing a weathering effect onto white? I'm not sure whether to use silver, gray, or black. Also, if I don't win the Armored Core, I will cry a little.
Okay, well, I don't know if he wins or not yet because I haven't won the winners, so hold those tears back for now.
Yeah.
But when it comes to weathering and dry brushing, like you've done it for your kids, before, and we've showed it on the.
I'm a heavy dry brusher.
We've shown it on Gunpla
I'm just saying it.
I think you have to. I have 2 ways of looking at it. One, there's a bunch of dirt or weather on top of the paint, right? Mm-hmm. In which case you would use the dark colors, brown, grays, blacks. However, another way of looking at it is that mobile suit, that machine has sustained damage or just been against the elements for a certain amount of time, and that layer of paint that went on at the beginning has been worn away. And if that's the case, you might want to use like lighter colors like silver or a primer color to make it look like the paint has been stripped away. So it kind of depends on what effect you want. I mean, you can also use both. You know, maybe some areas around the shield, it's got a lot of stripping away of paint, but maybe in joints and stuff, it's got a lot of accumulated dirt. Like,
I like to.
Depends what you want to go for.
I like to layer it. Like I like to use a silver and blacks.
Okay.
In some cases, to get that real grungy effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I prefer a black because actually, I mean, I like to dry brush heavy. I really like the black because it brings out a lot of the detail. I mean, you can see that in the AT-80 I put together. But yeah, as Sid said, silver is really cool for if you want to get that, just that metallic sheen. But yeah, it's up to you. Gray, I find a little light sometimes. But if you want a very subtle effect, like Sid said, go for the gray.
And the thing is with these paints, like it's not too difficult to remove.
No.
So just try a bunch. You do it once. If you like the effect, keep it. If you don't like it, maybe get some cleaner and take the paint off and try again. Like you get multiple attempts at these kind of things when you work with Plamo.
But it's good to do. I think dry brushing is great.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's an easy way to bring out detail.
Yeah.
Next, Omegazeke. Another great episode, guys, and I gotta say I was shocked to see they made Armored Core models.
Yeah.
So thanks to you guys, I learned something new today. There is a ton.
Kotobukiya.
Every hobby show, they are just getting more and more crazy.
I mean, they don't have, how do you say, the source material to fall back on like Bandai does with all the anime series from Gundam, but Armored Core is still kind of popular, it's still going, it has its audience, and Kotobukiya has a license, so they're putting out these Model Core kits.
And I must say, some of their latest kits, I think that we saw at the most recent show, are pretty sweet.
Yeah, they totally done them up. And remember that, I can't remember if we showed it in the show or not. I don't think we built it, but there's what they call the white glint from Armored Core. It's just this massive, huge thing, and you can get that extra like backpack type capsule on the back.
And they're more mecha. Like they're like kind of, they're more going the Machina Krieger way, which I really like. I really like that very heavy, bulky style. But anyway, next, Ovi the Great, GR8. Sorry, Gunpla TV, always a highlight for my week, guys. And Sid, did you get to watch any good hockey during the vacation? Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Take a seat, Ryan. You can come back in 10 minutes. No.
I'll play with my toys.
When I went to Canada, I knew that I would be able to watch hockey every night on television. That's just the way it is. Multiple games, like, no problem. But I thought, you know, I want to see a hockey game live again for the first time in 13 years. But I also want to introduce my wife to the sport because she has not been to a game before. It's her first time in Canada. So I secretly bought tickets to the game, and then on the day we went downtown and looked at everybody wearing the jerseys and getting ready for it, and she was like, "What's going on around here?" And I said, "Oh, there's just a hockey game down there." But after that, we put her into a game jersey, and we went down there, we went in there, and we watched the Canucks play the Los Angeles Kings, a game with playoff implications, and it was so much fun, and just my luck, my team didn't even score a goal. You suck, Vancouver.
Did the other team score?
Oh yeah, they scored 4 times. So it was 4-0 shutout, and I was great to see.
Does LA have ice even?
Oh come on, they won the cup last year. That's why it's like defending Stanley Cup champs, Vancouver Canucks. Okay, let's go. And it was a great time just as an experience, of course, and my wife loved it. But having them lose, like that soured that experience for me. You know, I was like, oh, here we go again. Why do I pay so much money for these tickets?
Smashed windows, riot.
And I don't even get one great cheer when they score. But it was fun. Yeah. I watched a lot of hockey. I always keep up with it over here anyway. So
tell us about prizes.
Tell us about prizes. Ryan's changing the subject now because I'll just keep going. Canucks beat the LA Kings just last weekend when I was back here. Okay, so we had 522 comments on last episode.
Oh yeah, that was nuts.
That's right, and I think the majority of them, like 400 of them, came within 24 hours. It was crazy, and I know why, because we're giving away like 2 masquerades and stuff. So here's the masquerades in question. 2 wings, 1 box. People were saying those comments and things like that. So
dirty, dirty.
Everybody had their fun. So, like I said, 522 comments. The winner is number 429, and he's Lego God T. It might be like Lego God T. Let's just say that. Whatever. I'll email you. It says Dragon. If there's one thing I think I love about Japan, it would have to be the Japanese dragons that I've read about in Japanese myths and legends. Also, Sid, I just found out that you do a podcast on iTunes, so I subscribed to it. I also did my first panel wash last week. I'll post pictures later either.
You do a podcast on iTunes?
I do a podcast on iTunes. We used to be on iTunes with Gunpla TV.
But I think they took down our feed recently.
Okay. I did do some guest appearances for a podcast called Moderately Geeky.
Okay, maybe
that was where they found me. I think I might have done one more on top of that too, but I can't remember. So, hey, send me that link to that podcast apparently I'm in. I want to check it out.
Sid's twin brother.
Maybe.
Never knew about him.
Someone's leeching off my name. My voice. I can get a voice double when my voice.
They're just like someone's just re-uploading Gunpla TV.
Maybe they're like taking splices of my sentences and putting together to make whole sentences. It's possible.
It's possible.
Anything's possible. Okay, so next one is the Armor Core. Sorry, it's a Death Sight box. Don't worry, that won't be a problem. Armor Core. There it is. Cool. It does look cool. There's like shoulder cannons and everything. That's good. That's good stuff right there. Okay, so comment 109 is Daniel, and he says, "Porn for the win." And I was like, wait a minute. Is it what? That's it? Porn? Is this porn? But then I see that he was writing in response to a previous comment by Snoop Dogg, and Snoop Dogg said, "This hand of mine glows with an awesome power. Its burning grip tells me to defeat you. Take this, my love, my anger, and all my sorrow. Shining finger." So yeah.
I assume that's from
Finger
one of the
porn?
TV shows.
No, it's from the G Gundam, isn't it?
Okay.
I don't know. Don't ask me. Let's ask Snoop Dogg and Daniel, but yeah. Daniel.
No, the guy's got a lot of free time in that Gundam cockpit while he's flying about. Like, what am I meant to do here?
Surfing the internet. Or he's like going between planets and stuff.
Like, well,
downloading
catch up on our porn.
That's right. Okay, so there you go. Episode 170. Your winners. I will be contacting you, of course, like I usually do. Please be patient.
Well, pass it to me. I'll.
Sure. Take it over there. Yeah. Now let's talk about the new stuff. I got new stuff, and it's not as big or cool. Some people are really gonna like it. We're showing the wing Gundam Honoo. So I got more wings to give away, right? Those 2 wings, and I got the SD wing. He's all in here. All his pieces are in here. But I have to say that this guy is one of the coolest SDs that I've ever built. Like I haven't built as many as some other people. Yeah. But I think I have a fair idea of how they work. But this guy was super cool with the way he could transform into flight mode as an SD. So
yeah, here's transforms, which is very...
Yeah. There, I have already set him up, right? So, he's totally cool. So, I will give that to somebody. It comes with the base, don't worry.
Actually, this is a highly collectible item because Sid actually doesn't do many SDs on the show.
There you go.
So this is one of the rare SDs.
There you go. Upsell. Yeah. Here we go. It's cool. My job. It's cool. Like I said, I can't keep everything. I gotta give stuff away because there's just not enough room in my house or the warehouse. Some stuff I would like to keep, but I'm sharing the wealth, sharing the joy. Ooh. Oh yes, Gundam Thunderbolt.
I love these boxes.
We haven't seen too many recently from the Thunderbolt series, but when they come out, like they come out. Like they have so much stuff. Zaku High Mobility and the very first RX-78. This is a Zaku 1, and I think, in my opinion, this is the coolest one. I love the colors. I love the sheer amount of weapons they give you here. He's got the massive bazooka I got in his hand here. Missile launchers, more bazookas. There's a heat hawk. So everything's in here, including the instructions, of course. And I've done most of the sticker work, but there's some left to do. But
and there is a hand in there.
Whoever wins this, please enjoy it, because this is the coolest one of the bunch, I think. So I'm gonna put that in here. Thank you, Mr. Thunderbolt. So Ryan, why don't you tell them how they can win one of these 2 prizes?
Yeah, so you guys need to go to HobbyLink TV to this episode, which is Gunpla episode 171.
That's right.
And leave a comment on our blog to have a chance to win.
HobbyLink.tv.
HobbyLink.tv. Yep. You can comment on our YouTube channel, but to stand a chance of winning, you need to post on our blog.
Yep.
And just to remind everyone, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. There are some fantastic blog groups on HobbyLink TV. One of them is for just helping people out with problems they might have. So if you guys got any problems or you have any inquiries about how to make your kit better, there's some very smart people in there.
Great.
Just once again, we're brought to you by HobbyLink Japan, HLJ.com. And please get your kits from us.
That's right. Next week, I'm hoping that I'll be showing a completed XX, the MG that we've all been waiting for. And then April is coming. And I think it's time to start talking about RG Double Horizon and the possibility of a live stream. Yeah, we've bandied that back and forth, and we haven't done a live stream in a while. And we kind of reserve that for like the super exciting like kits and stuff like that. And I think the RG Horizon qualifies, but it all comes down to whether we have the time or not. So we'll talk about that in April, and just look forward to whatever else we're going to show you, because it's probably going to be a busy month.
And I just want to end this episode on a bombshell.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Sony got the rights to Robotech.
Sony got the rights to Robotech. Yeah, I
So
thought you said that earlier.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Well, if Sony has the rights to Robotech, there's, what did you say? There's gonna be like more than one movie possibly?
Yeah, they want to do a whole thing.
Series of movies.
So I think we can expect to see, if Sony starts to produce the movies, a ton of very cool kits.
Yes.
And like live action transforming Valkyries.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
gonna be great. We already have those, but not in like snap fit form kind of thing.
Yeah,
to an extent, like of course we have like the Valkyries that are, how do you say, they're awesome, but they're a little bit complex.
Yeah.
With new movies coming out, it'll be interesting to see if like Bandai, for example, kind of scales it down and gives you an easier to use machine, but still looks good.
And
Just
I'm
like
hoping
Star Wars, right?
I'm hoping for like just new designs
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad
I
Sony
know,
picked
you
it
couldn't
up.
stop talking about that last night at lunch.
Robotech!
Macross!
Macross
coming!
for people who don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Macross.
Anyway, sorry, that's
All
my
right,
bombshell.
good. So that's a good way to end it. Get people excited. So we'll have to start talking about Macross again.
Yeah.
Once those details start coming out about the movie,
Absolutely.
we'll be watching, of course, any kind of trailer or anything. We're gonna be super excited for. So on that bombshell, we'll have to see you guys later.
See you guys.